comes on. That lets us know the batteries are fully charged. What it also lets us know is that 9,000 gallons of water are being poured into the bottom of that silo per minute. After that, the silo is off. The silo doors have opened, and the missile is free and clear to launch. After that is our guidance go light. That means that the guidance system here is communicating with the missile for the last time, seeing where it is and where it's going. In this case, we're set to target 2. If we had been ordered, we could have switched from target 2 to target 1, or from target 2 to target 3, or from a ground burst to an air burst, but we're set to target 2 and a ground burst. Back in the day, they were also set to target 2. But they had no clue where target 2 was. They had no where target 1 or target 3 were either, and we still don't know. That's because those targets are, to this day, classified. The only people who probably know is someone in the Pentagon somehow. All we know, though, is that it's target 2 and a ground burst. This process takes about 15, 16 seconds. At which point the next light will come on, which is our fire engine's light. There's a fire in the silo. The fuels come together and the engine's firing. Next light is lifted up. The missile's gone. So, we know what's going to happen. Now we're going to do it for real. So if you both wouldn't mind putting your left hands on the keys. But before you do your countdown and turn, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. You see this top line here?
Yeah.
From launch and able to lift off? Well, each of these lights is going to light up in their sequence.
Okay.
When they light up, if you could read them out loud, that'd be great.
Okay.
Just this top line, ignore all the other lights that you'll see, just the top line as they come on.
After I turn it?
After you turn it. So, Commander, when you're ready, you may count down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Oh, launch enable.
You let go now.
Batteries activated.
Launch enable. You have good code. Batteries activated. The two 28-volt dry batteries on the missile will be forced by the electrolytes for the first time, supercharging them. Once that's done, that missile will be completely independent of the silo. Like I said, it's going to take about 28 seconds. This 28 seconds is probably going to feel like the longest 28 seconds you've ever experienced in your life. But it is only 28 seconds. We have counted. So the next light should be coming on in a couple seconds now.
APS power.
Right, APS power. The batteries are fully charged, and 9,000 gallons of water is being poured into the bottom of that silo.
Silo is off.
Silo is off. The silo doors are open and they've tripped the tipsies.
Guidance go.
Guidance go. The guidance system is communicating with the missile for the last time, saying where it is and where it's going. In this case, target 2. Again, if we've been ordered, we could have switched from target 2 to target 1, or from target 2 to target 3, or from ground burst to air burst, but it's target 2. Ground burst take about 15, 16 seconds.
Fire engine.
Fire engines. The engines are on them. Fuel together. It's firing. It's
Lift off.
Lift off. It's gone. You've launched the missile. How do you both feel?
Oh.
Wonderful. How about you, sir?
Time to go home.
There's no home.
Well, yeah, the problem isn't the whole You have some orders you have to fulfill first.
That's more.
Would you like to know what those orders are? Well, I'm going to tell you anyways. And those orders are to sit here and wait for more orders. Now, you have just launched your only weapon out there. There's another missile heading our way. If we're lucky, it'll be at least a mile away, and we'll survive it, but it's going to land in the next couple minutes. That doesn't make you a war weapon outside. Do you think the chances are very high that you're going to get any more orders? Probably not. You might, but probably not. Now, while you wait, though, the military has provided you and your entire crew with an entire month of food and water. Go ahead, you got some food and water, please. But there's a little bit of a snag, you see, because when you launched that missile, what you also did was you cut your fair share supply off. So you only have 3 weeks of air. But that's okay. Because you see, on the level below us, besides all the electrical, the generators, and all that, what there also is an escape hatch. So, at the end of those 3 weeks, if you have not gotten any more orders, what you can now do is go down to the level below us, up the escape hatch, at which point you would have orders from the secret location in the mountains nearby, with any other survivors from those silos around Tucson. So it's not all bad. You get a chance to survive the initial impact. You get an entire month of food and water, which you're only going to need 3 weeks of. You have a place to go afterwards. You get to wait out the worst of the fallout. You have a chance. Of course, luckily for them, for us, and for the people who were down here, you didn't have to worry about that because it never happened. We never had a missile launched at us. We never launched a missile at anyone else. We're never called upon to enact mutually assured destruction because so far, at the very least, peaceful deterrence has been working. And we're all still around. So I have a few minutes for a couple questions, if anyone has some. Yes?
What if he refuses to turn his key?
Well, then you got someone else who can turn the key for you. And or you force them to, one of the two.
So I shoot him?
Well, you're not kind of defeat the purpose, but I suppose.
Well, how do you get him away from the key?
Just wing them, you know?
Yeah, sure.
We're armed.
Yeah, they were armed,
Yeah.
so If he absolutely refused, we could threaten him with that, but there's only so many bullets you have, and there's only...
I only need one.
Sure, but who's gonna trade your key?
Yeah, I gotta get the other guy up here.
All right.
How close to this system is the modern food system?
Well, this was
I'm sure
built.
there's a lot of electronics.
Yeah, so this was created in the 60s. So I imagine it's quite a lot different. I know that the Minutemen, at least the ones that were in the Dakotas, they have like 2 people down there, and it's styled for like missiles. So it's different. I don't know exactly what the modern day is, but that stuff is classified.
Those missiles have multiple warheads.
Yeah, they have multiple warheads, multiple missiles that what if you only have the one silo for a launch area. All right, I can take one more question. Do you have one? All right, if not, we're gonna head down the cableway, the silo. On your way down the cableway, you're gonna see some suits hanging in the cableway. They're gonna look a little bit like desert camo spacesuits. Well, they're not desert camo, they're not spacesuits, but those are refueling suits. Now, the reason that they look the way they do is because of the fuel on that missile. You see, the fuel, specifically the oxidizer, is very volatile. You don't want it in your skin or your lungs. So they need to make sure those are airtight. And to make sure that they would test them from time to time. And if they found a leak, they would patch them. So all the dark patches you see out there, they are patches. So if you head down the cableway, you'll see the suits, and then keep going, you'll get to the silo.
See that chart thing, schedule of activities. Yeah. Ping pong at 4 o'clock.
Where's the table?
Here is in usually trained. Here is
No, we're going down to see the missile.
watch your head now.
They said above 16.
Suspension for the Except we didn't have all of this. It was all their
Two-man policy.
All right, we are now in